All right, so I've had a question. Somebody is interested in purchasing the paperback versions of either Big Country Time Sports or Time Sports. So I wanted to go ahead and just walk through. This is the exact paperback book that is available on. This is the guts of the paperback book that is available on Lulu. So it's 154 pages. It is 8.5 by 11, so it's larger format, easier to read, easier to handle. It is a paperback. And it features the Big Country universe, which you do or do not have to use. You can make your own universes. It has basketball time, baseball time, boxing time, football time, hockey time, racing time, soccer time, and rally racing time. You will find that soccer and rally have not changed in any version of the books. Racing time has seen some slightly different iterations as far as adding financial modes, taking out financial modes, tweaking the danger level of the driving. Hockey time has not changed in almost every iteration. These are the advanced versions of the games, though, so be aware this version of hockey time is the advanced version. It's not the time sports version. Football time, again, same thing. There's been multiple versions of football time. This is just the original advanced career mode game that uses only the possession-based clock. There is no full simulator in this book. Boxing time, for the most part, has seen some changes and between the different books, and I'll go over that. And baseball time. So I'm not going to spend baseball time and basketball time have not changed much in any of the iterations. Okay. So the big question has been the finances. So for instance, let's go down to boxing, because boxing has seen some simplifications. But let's go down to boxing, because where you're going to find that's the biggest difference will be boxing and racing as far as finances. This particular version of boxing uses boxing creation is the same, but what it's using a credit system. So this has a financial system: 6 credits, 8 credits, 10 credits. There has been a tweak here. This used to be 12. It was too much money, so I moved it down to 8. And you can spend those credits to improve your boxer either temporarily between fights or to make big career adjustments to your fighter, and you have to spend money every year to continue to fight. So this has a career mode that actually features a chance for you strategically to spend money in what is called an optional economy training and career features. You do not have to use these. They are completely optional, right? And then there's a simple non-player boxer tier creation. This lets you make a boxer on the fly as an opponent, and you can create complete weight classes and tiers of boxers to round out your welterweights, your middle flyweights, your bantamweights, whatever. So this is the complete version of Big Country Boxing Time. There is no greater version than this version of Boxing Time. So if you like Boxing Time, this is the full bore complete version of Big Country Boxing, including the non-player boxing tier creation for rules, as well as the optional financial career improvement rules. Okay, with the training chart and what city you can fight out of, etc. Okay, and then football time, again, the only difference here, this does have a financial feature of financial rules in it, and how much money you earn per year, how much your owners get, and how much money it costs you to run a franchise. But it uses the simplified, basic, original score per period with simple TD charts, etc. This is not any deeper than that as far as, and there is no complete football simulator in this book. You have to buy the individual Big Country Football Time book if you want the complete simulator as well. But it does feature every team in the universe written up, right, as is in most Big Country football, Big Country Time sports. Again, hockey has not changed in many iterations, neither is basketball, baseball. Those games are just done, they're sound. Now, Big Country Racing, I'd gone through some different iterations where there were some financial options. How do I want the career to go? I added the push rules. I tried to make it a little less dangerous so you didn't have so many DNFs. So in that sense, that's what the version of this game is. It has the push rules, and it does not feature finances in this particular book. The finances, I thought, created more work than they were worth. It didn't make sense to add to already maintaining, say, 40 drivers or 20 teams. So the career money proportion is no longer in this version of the book, but it does use the off-season auto renewal. So if you have a driver that you really like for your team and he's rated an A, you got to make a roll to see if they auto renewal with you, or if they'll sign with you for so many seasons, right? So you still have to retain your drivers you pick cruising your cars, but instead of spending money and creating a war of attrition where money's eventually going to run out for every team, and then you're kind of screwed. So what happens? The reason the financial module was a problem was if teams are earning money, that's fine, and they're always and they're going to be, the rich teams are always going to have money to spend to improve. What happens when a team struggles and a driver DNFs or a driver dies in a wreck and you're not winning races? What happens is those teams invariably will run out of money, and then you're stuck with these teams that can't function. And I thought, instead of trying to invent rules that somehow help you mitigate those problems, I just took out the financial part. Because if you're managing a universe of 20 teams with 40 drivers, it's a lot of work. And more importantly, you're going to see some of those teams become bankrupt, and that can be fun as far as removing those teams from play and replacing them with new teams. But you can see the dilemma. The game becomes more about managing money for every team for every race than racing. So the game needs to be about racing, but I wanted there to be this fun kind of postseason. I want to retain my driver. I can roll to retain him. If I want to hire a new driver, I can literally roll this chart and see if I get a better driver. But if you want to keep your A driver, you're going to have to roll a 5+ to renew him, right? So an F driver on your team is automatically renewed. But let's say I have an A driver, I want to keep them. I have to roll a 5+ on a 6-sided die to keep them. If not, that driver is going to abandon me for another team, right? So it's simpler. It's just a better system, I think, right? Okay. I still have all the city thingies, etc. I think there's even yeah, and it's actually got art. By the way, the new book, I've put art in it, which it did not have. The old books had no art in them. Now the books have some art in them, which is fun. But that's it. Those are the big differences between, again, the only games that have really changed between iterations of the book are Boxing Time and Racing Time. And they mostly have changed either having a financial module or adding like the non-player boxer creation rules, or this game having a credit system or no system at all, and now, of course, a renewal system. So that's the difference. Everything else is pretty much, and football time changes a little bit in every iteration, depending on how much depth is in it. So that's the big country version, and that's where those two games are at. So everything else, though, basketball, baseball, hockey, soccer, rally, those have never changed for the most part. They are the advanced versions, though, compared to the Time Sports versions. Okay, so now if we go over here, let's grab the Time Sports. I think I have the Time Sports file on the drive. I may no longer have the Time Sports file on the drive. There it is. I think this is it. No, this is the old. Yeah, this is it. This is the new one. So for those who want to know the Time Sports book, what's the difference in it? Well, again, there's no big country. Actually, I do have a write-up of the Big Country universe in this version. What are Time Sports, the Big Country write-up. And then I have football, baseball, racing, basketball, hockey, and boxing is a bonus. Okay? All of these now feature a 6-team fictional league with a complete schedule, so you can jump right in and start playing. They all feature simplified career postseason, off-season rules, right? So this book is smaller. It's 84 pages. The games are simpler. The off-seasons are faster. And these games, baseball, basketball, and hockey, are completely different versions of those times engines, and these are my favorite versions. They are simpler. They're not the advanced games that are in Big Country, but they are simpler versions, which I actually prefer. But they are completely different. How you generate a team, how you play the games, and how you do the off-season these are completely different games. They use the same engine, but completely different games, and that can be incredibly confusing, I know. But it also makes it worth owning both books, so you can get different iterations. This is the book I've been using on the channel of late. Almost all the future games that I will share on the channel will come out of this book, right? The Big Country book I have featured on the channel for over a year, and so I thought I would spend more time playing my favorite versions and the simpler versions for the channel. So you're going to see more games come out of this book. But this book still has the original old write-up of the games. It has simplified versions, etc. So Anyway, there you have it. That's going to kind of bring you up to speed on how that works. All right. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.